a sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me.
Hello, everyone. What I love is the names people come up with, whether it's a stage name or a name for their business, whatever it is. Now, take today's guest, for example. He is a tattoo artist, and he is name Evilguye MacFergus. I love that. Welcome to the show, Evilguye.
How are you?
I don't know how else to address you because that's all it says, Evilguye.
Yeah, my name's Guy. So.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. And you work at Mark of the Raven Tattoo Studio?
Yeah, I just opened it up about 4 months ago.
That's a cool name too. So when you say we, are you an owner, one of the owners?
I am the owner, yes. My wife.
Okay. So when did you learn to become when did you learn tattoos?
I've been doing it about 25 years, roughly.
Okay. And so what made you decide to get into it?
Oh, I always wanted to do it since I was a kid because my grandfather out of the war had tattoos, and I always thought it was neat that you could draw on people. And I was always an artist. So.
Yeah, right. So do you have any of your own on your body?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, what I've seen of tattoo artists, they usually have some, right?
Yeah.
And I've also heard that it can be addictive.
It is.
Now,
everybody that.
Pardon?
I'll tell everybody that when they say, "Oh, this is my only one," and I'll just laugh and go, "Okay, sure."
To learn to become a tattoo artist, is that a difficult thing?
Well, it doesn't translate as well as most people think from paper or canvas or whatever to skin,
Right.
Because always, it moves. You have to do a lot of stretching. You have to, you got to be very sanitary as well.
Of course, yeah. Don't want people getting infections, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So I imagine sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. When I first started, I started when I was about 16 years old, and I had just all homemade stuff, including ink. I did about 5 or 10 tattoos, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore until I can actually figure out how to do it properly, where to get the proper supplies, all that, because even tattooing myself then, I was getting like really bad scabbing and stuff because I didn't know squat then.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the history, or do you know the history of tattooing?
Oh, I know that there's many different cultures that have been tattooing for centuries, like the old school tattooing and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm super knowledgeable about what the actual history is, but I know there's what is it? Sorry, I can't think right now.
That's all right. I know some of the First Nations, they have these lines down here, and I forget. Yeah. I was told what they meant, and now I don't remember. I don't know if it was what band they belonged to or something like that. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, that I'm not honestly sure. I'm sure some of them are to do with bands. Some are probably to do with families.
Right.
What else?
Most people just want them as a form of decoration, right? I would think.
I think for most cases, yes.
So do you get to ever come up with your own design? Like, does somebody ever walk in and say, "Hey, I want a tattoo, like, here, do what you want"?
I've had like the odd person do that, but generally, like I'll draw a lot of my own designs too, and then I'll just post them and see if anybody wants them. But I find that most people look for something on the internet that they think they really want, and then I'll base whatever design on what they show me.
Right. Have you ever had an opportunity where you have to tell them like, no, that's not going to work?
Yes.
So how does that work out? Like, I guess they would be disappointed, or what happens then?
Well, like if say somebody wants something that somebody else drew or something specifically, and I'm like, well, I won't do it exact. I'll try to do it close for you and change a few things up or something, but I'll never do anything exactly because it's not really fair to the person that originally created it, I guess.
Sure, yeah. I'm just thinking about like if somebody walks in, it's like they think they want something, and they'll have you do it, and then they think, oh, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, I haven't had that, thankfully. I know that there is many cases that has happened. I watch this guy all the time called Fluffy Talks, and he does all these bad tattoos ideas, right? And he shows all these how people go into just anybody, you know, pay $20 for a tattoo. They showed what they wanted and what they got, and it's like a huge difference. So he's always pumping, you know, go pay the extra money to get a real tattoo. Don't go to some guy on the street corner.
Yeah. What was I was thinking too is like, oh yeah. Now, what's the youngest person you could do?
Well, as far as I know, legally in Canada or anywhere really, I don't think there's an exact legal age. So generally, I won't do anybody under the age of 18 without parents' consent, unless it's I've had a few that are like 14, I think, somewhere around there with their parents, and it's usually because they've had you know, hard life experiences like cancer or something, right? And then they want to kind of I don't know, commemorate it or however you want to say it, just to
I remember when my daughter was young and she'd say, Mom, I want a tattoo. And I said, well, as soon as you get old enough to walk in on your own, go for it. But she's never done it. Now she's 40, you know, she's in her 40s, so she's never done it, you know, because I know people can change their mind from when they're young, right?
Exactly. And that's one thing, that's one of the big things with the young kids. It's like, okay, yeah, you may love what you're thinking you love right now, but in a few years you might hate it. Yeah. So when it comes to the young people, I always say to them, if you still want that by the time you're 18, come back and I will then do it.
Right. And never, this is just my advice, put on the name of your boyfriend or your girlfriend, because you're not going to stay with them.
No.
Then you have to look for somebody with that same name.
Yeah. Well, I've done it myself only because I've known the girl I'm with since we were 12 years old.
Is that right? And you're still together? Yeah. Oh, that is so
well,
awesome.
We're not still together. We just started. We got together about 12 years ago.
Yes.
But we were next door neighbors since we were 12 years old. So.
Okay. All right. That's quite a nice story in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I like that.
I mean, I eventually did it. So I got her name twice, once right across the thing, and then I got her name in Nordic ruins on my finger.
Very good. So how old is the oldest person that's come into to you personally for a tattoo?
One of my good friends, Dave, I think he's about 72 roughly, he's one of the oldest. I think I had an 80-year-old lady once as well.
Very good. Yeah, I heard that there was a person I live in a condo, and that a person that was here before I was here, I think when she turned, I can't remember if it was 89, she decided to get a tattoo. My sister has an idea, and I steal it from her all the time, that if she knows when she's going to die, she'll have somebody tattoo a zipper, so that if they have to do an autopsy, they'll just open it. Wouldn't that be fun, though? I think that would be fun to either for the person, the tattoo artist, to do, right?
Yeah.
I get to tattoo a zipper on somebody's body.
Person where they cut them open.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you could have all kinds of fun. No, I know that in prisons, people have done tattoos on each other, right? And using whatever they were able to mix up, or I can't think that can be too sanitary or too helpful.
No. And like I said, when I was doing it when I was 16, that's basically how I came up with the tattoo machine and everything, is the old prison methods.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it was like, you know, like a click pencil with a guitar string attached to a little disc from a Coke bottle. And that was attached to an engine from a old Walkman motor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then, I think we used Indian ink or something back then.
Right, yeah. Is there a favorite tattoo that you've done?
Oh, I have a few that I really love that I've done. One I'm working on right now for a friend who kind of we did a Christmas contest thing, Christmas giveaway for a 4x4 tattoo. Well, she ended up promoting so much. She wasn't the actual draw winner, so we made up a secondary prize. So I gave her $200 off towards a tattoo.
Nice.
And she came in the other day, and we started a raven tattoo on her.
Oh, very nice. That is pretty cool. What about a complicated, like you've had somebody that you wanted to do, a tattoo you wanted to do, but it took a lot of time? Is there anything like that? And if so, what?
Well, I had this one guy for roughly a year, maybe a year and a half, at an old shop called Evilguye Needle that I used to work at. And I basically tattooed him from head to toe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever do that? Like get tattoos on your face? Because I don't see that you have any.
No, I would never get a tattoo on my face. I think it's ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry, but that was my cell phone. I apologize. I forgot to turn the sound down. Yeah, I know somebody like he's got them all on his head and stuff, and I've tried to get him on my show, and a couple times he said yes, but then he chickened out. I think he's even though he's tattooed everywhere and he gets noticed, he's still kind of shy, which I understand.
I mean, I am pretty shy too. That's why I was like, when you first asked me, I was like, possibly.
Well, I've
never had an interview, so I was like.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm your first interview. That's great. No, I understand that because socially I'm shy. I can do this all day, but to go out and just be with people I don't know, it's just so stressful. This is so much more fun and easy.
It is. Whether
it's in person or not. Now you're out in White Rock?
I was born and raised in White Rock, but my shop is just in Wally.
Oh, okay. All right. And you said it's fairly new, right? That you set up there?
Oh, 4 months now, 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
So how do you get, when you're new, like how do you get clientele?
Well, I've been doing, like I said, 25 plus years. So, I mean, I've got tons of friends that I've been tattooing for years. And then plus the word of mouth through them. And then now I'm starting to get the actual people walking by, coming in and checking it out and stuff. So that's good.
Yeah. It's nice, to be able to get to have your following, I guess you could say, right? So it's almost like being having groupies if you're
because a lot of them have followed me. Like I was out in Chilliwack for a while there, worked for Cruise Studios and Scarecrow as well, and they would come out there as well.
I didn't know you were out here. Oh, too bad. We could have done an in-person interview.
Yeah, that was, I think I left Scarecrow about 3 years ago, roughly around.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's kind of fun. It's fun for me because this is the first time I think I said that, first time I've interviewed a tattoo artist. And so that's kind of cool. I was always interested, wanted to know like how it came about you decided to do that, and so that's your creativity, right?
Yeah.
So do you have anything? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
When I first started, before I even touched anybody else, I did like 90% of my own tattoos on myself.
Right.
Just to get the feel, the depth, what else, anything else I would need to know. Basically, I didn't want to just start tattooing on him because, like I said, I did that when I was 16, and I think it was a mistake. It's stupid using all that jailhouse crap or whatever.
Right. Well, you're 16. I mean, that's what young people do, right?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. I mean, I don't have any tattoos, and I have no problem with other people doing it. I had somebody who had a tattoo and tried to talk me into getting one, and I said, I'm not interested. But why? I'm just not, and she was trying, almost forcing it on me, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
I don't react well to people try to push stuff on me, But again, it's somebody else's body there. As far as I'm concerned, I've got piercings, ear piercings, nothing else. By the way, people, nothing else. Some of those I think like I would never do, you know, some of the piercings people get.
Yeah. I usually have 10 going down my one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
They keep falling out. So at the moment, I only have 2 in there.
Okay. Yeah, I just got like 2 on each ear. That's it, you know. That's another question. Do you think piercings and tattooing go along together sometimes?
Well, generally, yeah. I mean, most shops do have a piercist.
Okay.
There are several piercing shops as well that have a tattoo artist, but at the moment, I chose not to do it. I just basically chose to do just the tattoo shop alone. And I have enough room for 3 artists at the moment. One, I have an apprentice. And so that's about it at the moment. If I wanted a piercist, I would have to build a separate room.
Okay.
So at the moment, that's kind of out because I don't really want to have to build another room.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, just remind people your location. So if anybody's looking for a tattoo and they want to go to you, what is your exact location?
It's 10625 King George Boulevard in Wally.
Okay. Hold on. Let me write that because I can put that down when I do the rendering. 10625?
Yeah. King George Boulevard.
King George. Wally. Okay. So make sure that's included in, like I said, under your name. So people, if they were looking for you. And now, of course, you're on Facebook, right? So people can find you. Evilguye, people spell Evilguye.
Yes.
MacFergus, which is sounds so cool. I think it's cool.
Well, it's actually Ferguson, but MacFergus is the original version of Ferguson.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. See, I learned something else. And I just think I saw somewhere on your profile, it's like Evilguye Inc. Is that what it said?
No, so that was the old shop I used to work with for my friend Don. His shop was Evilguye Needle. So
Evilguye Needle, right?
Yeah.
Even either one, it sounds so cool. I love the names of things that people come up with. It's so clever. Anyway, just hold on. So I'm just gonna say goodbye to the audience. Thank you everybody for watching the show, and you've been listening to Evilguye MacFergus and a tattoo artist in Wally. And it was a lot of fun talking to him. I hope you enjoyed listening to him and learning a little bit about tattoos. There's always a lot more to learn, but in the future, perhaps. So I hope you keep watching the show, everybody. Take care and peace out.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.